The more you uncover your aggravation, the more individuals might need to hurt you. In spite of the fact that it doesn't necessarily work out, it is normal for certain individuals to enjoy seeing you endure or try and add to it, working out or deteriorating. This way of behaving of twistedness and jealousy, sadly, is available in numerous and can for sure upset your self-awareness in different fields of life, be it working surrounded by companions or even in the family. Hence, learning not to show your flimsy spot can wind up turning into areas of strength for you. Envision yourself as a tree amidst a tempest. The leaves might vacillate and the branches might influence, yet the storage compartment stays strong, well established in the earth. This is the representation of quiet strength that we will instruct. Here we will discuss how you can be considerably more grounded on the off chance that you show that you are not effortlessly impacted by outer issues, where each challenge trains you to resemble the tree by going about as though nothing irritates you. You are not denying the tempest, yet deciding not to allow the downpour to drench you and the breeze wreck you. You will figure out how to be the expert of your own destiny, firm, solid, and tranquil in an ocean of bedlam. In this video, we will discuss 18 emotionless standards of Epictetus, an extraordinary and eminent savant you have presumably currently known about. Also, I welcome you to self-information, where strength doesn't come from the commotion of thunder, yet from the quietness of the light that enlightens the way. Thusly, in the following couple of minutes, center around the substance and not on everyday interruptions. How about we go? Rule number 1. Listen 2 times however much you talk. Have you at any point contemplated why nature gave us 2 ears, yet just a single mouth? As per Epictetus, there is no mistake or fortuitous event in this, yet rather a reasonable reason behind this reality. Not to experience passionate feelings for our voice however much we are called, to experience passionate feelings for the voice of others. It is by gaining from others that we advance throughout everyday life, not by rehashing our own discourse again and again. So from today, begin focusing closer on what individuals around you say and less to what you have been maintaining up to this point. Standard number 2, generally anticipate horrible. One of the greatest reasons for tension and its staggering results is accepting that troublesome conditions are hanging tight for us later on. We dread that our kids will leave their investigations, that we will be terminated from work, that our life partner will admit to us that they have been having an illicit relationship with another person and ask us for a separation, or that something different terrible will happen to us, like failing. The issue is that one day we dread one of these issues and the following day want more and again. The way of life, as well as saving great and cheerful parts for us, likewise holds a modest bunch of issues that are inescapable. Thusly, we live in long-lasting pressure brought about by various improvements every day. Also, this is where Epictetus comes into the image. Since his proposition is however extreme as it seems to be viable, he says, I feel that everything you dread so much have previously occurred. So what could be more regrettable? Along these lines, your soul will foster survival techniques to push ahead with your head held high. Rule number 3, plan to come up short since it is the best way to advance. We do the unthinkable with the goal that we are not viewed as imbeciles. Yet, Epictetus has one more view on this. As indicated by his way of thinking, perhaps of the best thing that can happen to you is to be viewed as, for example, this is an ideal way for you to truly improve expertly and naturally also. The emotionless rationalist advises us that defeating isn't the result of an unconstrained response, yet rather the consequence of a long way of experimentation. For it is through blunder that we can clean what distances us from greatness. Guideline number 4, know about the risks of fortune. This abundance that we want carries with it a disgrace from which not many individuals can free themselves. Furthermore, not just about individuals will rise out of no place to profit from our fortune. Like by imagining a kinship, they don't feel for us. Cash can change individuals and not really to improve things. When we are owners of this exceptionally desired asset, we come to have something that up to that point we didn't realize we had. Also, it is from that second that our soul might start to harm itself despite the deficiency of virtues. Standard number 5, don't grip to a solitary expectation. Luckily, we are creatures leaned to rehearse variety. That is, There is not a great explanation to rely heavily on a solitary dream, since this could be destroying assuming we bomb in it. Hence, Epictetus urges us to seek after many dreams, as this will dramatically build our odds of coming out on top. Guideline number 6, generally recollect that demise is holding up toward the stopping point. This is an exhortation that calls us to negativity, yet to know that demise is the last objective of every one of our activities, and particularly our endeavors. When we have this as a primary concern, maybe we will begin to assess how much it merits burning through 20 years of our restricted life saving to pay for a house that, however much it burdens us, we cannot take with us any place we go once passing visits us, similarly as we convey in our pack those items that we consider basic for our day-to-day existence, for example, the telephone, visas, and our toothbrush. It would extraordinarily help us to convey a little notepad with these indifferent standards, since thanks to them, we will never again see mishaps as disasters nor life as inside time we have available to us. Yet we will get a more sensible perspective on our reality and positively utilize our season of life. Standard number 7, genuine abundance lies in a satisfied soul. Because of the emotionlessness, Epictetus had his specific origination of bliss, and we can know it through one of his popular expressions. A shrewd man is one who doesn't worry about the things he doesn't have yet celebrates in those he has. This reflection is in excess of an idea. It is exhortation to figure out how to quit feeling beset by those wealth that are not yet part of our life. Since while we permit ourselves to gripe and grieve for what we need, we lose important minutes of bliss in which we could thank for all that we have accomplished up until this point, which is considerably more than our eyes are prepared to appreciate. Hence, a rich individual is over every one of the blissful individual. Guideline number 8, integrate modesty into your life. To learn something, it is fundamental that an individual realizes what they accept they definitely know. Through this expression, Epictetus calls us to utilize our modesty, particularly in the domain of picking up, carrying on with life. Bragging the pride of information distances us increasingly more from the credible information that emerges from the conviction that we are totally uninformed about what we plan to realize. Along these lines, we will take a gander at everything through the eyes of a kid, which harbor as much limit with respect to ponder as they do. A craving to learn. Rule number 9. Responsibility is inseparable from plague. Intolerant individuals fault others. Conventional individuals fault themselves. Yet the insightful consider all culpability to be silliness. On account of this expression from Epictetus, specialists these days have started to move toward responsibility as an inclination to be destroyed from our lives. The best way to win the opposition against responsibility is to decline to play with it. The issue is that it brings about a simple way, since by accusing others or ourselves, we totally clear ourselves of the obligation to address the slip-up. Thusly, depending on an enticement is difficult to get away. Just those individuals driven by a firm assurance to defeat are equipped for staying away from culpability, yet figure out how to get a sense of ownership with their activities. Rule number 10. Make coalitions with winning individuals. It's interesting how when somebody wheezes close to us, we quickly move away, attacked by the apprehension that they will contaminate us. In any case, we are not so wary to stay away from perhaps of the most deadly disease we are presented to every day. Epictetus left us a savvy suggestion about this. Encircle ourselves with individuals who make us need to give our best, since individuals' way of behaving enormously impacts our perspective. There are individuals who channel our energy and ruin our day, while others leave us overflowing with happiness and force. Consequently, perhaps of the savviest choice we can make is to fall in line with the people who bring great energies into our lives. While we express farewell to the individuals who can make us lament being conceived. Guideline number 11. Always remember that your responses manufacture your predetermination. We shouldn't mess with our responses as they are. Most certainly what mark our prosperity or our disappointment. What's more, Epictetus was exceptionally unmitigated about this. He instructed us that we don't have the likelihood to pick what occurs, yet how to oversee it. Mishap can endless supply of us. However, it is what we do from appearance will stamp the distinction from that second on. For certain individuals, a separation implies entering the universe of melancholy and exploitation. Interestingly, for Epictetus, it is an amazing chance to begin the way of self-information. Recall that your life isn't what befalls you, however how you manage it. Standard number 12 generally satisfy your obligation. Every last one of us plays a part in the public eye and on the planet, and the sun needn't bother with recognition or charms to rise every morning. Yet it does consistently. It's as simple as that. Consequently, similarly as its work, we should satisfy our commitments. Assuming we are sitting tight for pleas or claim to take care of our responsibilities, we are bombing both the climate to which we have a place and ourselves. Assuming we understand what our undertaking is and know that others rely upon it, it is our ethical obligation to complete it without trusting that anybody will remind us. Chief number 13, don't despise the people who can't stand you. Essentially, overlook them. You are a lot greater and totally better than the person who censures, scorns, and victimizes you. Thusly, don't burn through your valuable time loathing that individual as they don't for even a moment should be available in your viewpoints. We are urged not to fear individuals who hurt you as that commotion addresses a lamentable endeavor to harm you. So overlook it and become resistant to it. Guideline number 14, bet on straightforwardness. Why live in thriftiness assuming these days we have the likelihood to encircle ourselves with a wide range of extravagances? The response is a lot less difficult and surprisingly sensible. Since abundance doesn't keep up with itself, yet requires responsibility and a great deal of everyday energy to have the option to protect this arrangement of extravagances and riches. Interestingly, when we decide on a straightforward way of life, we quit being encircled by the strain of meeting the due dates of bills, credits, and charge cards. Rule number 15, when you permit the remarks and mentalities of others to irritate you, you are giving over control of your life. Any individual equipped for driving you crazy turns into your lord. Notwithstanding, that individual can drive you crazy when you permit yourself to be upset by them. Epictetus causes us to comprehend that there are many keys inside us and to lead us to bliss, while others lead us straightforwardly to profound ruin. What's more, it is exactly this last key that we hand over to the individuals who drive us mad. The answer for this issue is to set up a hindrance that keeps us from being impacted by the perspectives of others, on the grounds that every one is the proprietor of what they say and furthermore of what they choose to pay attention to. Rule number 16, companionship is above abundance. Genuine abundance is certified companions, as they will be there to help us in the event that one day our material fortune scatters. Subsequently, commit yourself to developing genuine kinships and you will make a truly productive long-haul venture. Standard number 17, generally separate the advantage from things. Whatever occurs, it depends on you to exploit it or not. These were the expressions of Epictetus. As may be obvious, there's actually no need to focus on having the choice to remove the great from difficulty, however that carrying out our obligation is as well. However long there is knowledge in you, there will be the capacity to understand the benefits you can take from the circumstance that has struck you. Envision that one day you show up working to figure out you will be terminated. Rather than miserable and blaming the universe for being against you, you have the choice of wandering into that endeavor you longed for while satisfying your plan for getting work done close by individuals you loathed. Thusly, consistently attempt to search for the positive in a circumstance, as this development accumulated all through your life will absolutely take you farther than simply regretting. Guideline number 18. Quit agonizing over what is beyond your control. You are the proprietor of your viewpoint, yet not your standing. You have the craving and the enthusiasm for the hunt, yet you have no control over how much products you have or achievement. Hence, agonizing and getting harsh over those things we have zero control over is essentially pursuing the choice to sit around. As indicated by Epictetus, we are called to develop those values that we have the likelihood to change. Yet it is additionally our obligation to relinquish what is beyond our control and consequently let destiny deal with it. As well as being extraordinarily valuable for day-to-day existence, emotionless standards are lessons that can assist us with exploring terrible times with interest and flexibility, as there is no spot in their way of thinking for fantasizing, yet just for applying what is realized and pushing ahead. I want to believe that you liked the video, and since you've come as far as possible, share your thoughts with us and write shielded shrewdness in the remarks. Assuming that you are new to the channel, if it's not too much trouble, buy in. See you soon.